everyone, it's Lauren J. Welcome back, or welcome if you're new. I like to do get ready with me style videos using products that are new to me, or just need a little bit more love in my collection. Today I'm going to be using products that need more love in my collection, and I'm going to be talking about an easy winter makeup routine. So I've still got the nails, so I figured I'd do a little bit of morning coffee ASMR. That's just for you. So I want to talk about a winter skin routine. Now, we have officially transitioned into winter here where I live, so the temperature has dropped. I am sure it will fluctuate, go back and forth. But my skin loves to react to the weather and to everything that's going on outside. I have eczema, dry skin, and it's a challenge. I have not really figured out how to deal with it effectively for good. Depends on any given day how my skin's going to react to the lotions and creams and treatments that I give it. But the constants in my life are that I do a morning and night skincare routine, and I keep myself moisturized throughout the day. I'm not a dermatologist, and I can't tell you all the specifics of why things work. All I can do is say that right now this is what is working for me. So the first thing I do in the morning, obviously I do my skin care. It's usually an oil, an eye cream, and a face cream, and a toner. Not all in that order. Sometimes I do use a serum. Usually right now it's just an oil. I'm using the Guerlain Youth Watery Oil right now. And then as an added step, after I do my skincare and I let it set a bit, I do put this on. And this is called Mud Masky. So it is a mask that you leave on. And I got this in a Hugo box. I have done openings of Hugo box on my channel before. Not sponsored. They don't know I exist. But this is one of the products that I got in there, and it is a leave-on winter mask. Now, it has a lot of oils in it. It also has clay in it. So one of the ingredients is Moroccan lava clay. So this is very much like a kind of mask that just creates a barrier for me on my skin. And I don't know why it works, it just does. It has saved my skin many a times when you have those below freezing wind chill days. And when you just want to wear a minimal makeup but keep your skin very smooth, it really just helps. So I put this on, and then I let that set for a bit. I have not noticed a cast, but then again, I am very fair, so I probably would not notice that. It doesn't actually look like a clay mask as you normally see it. It looks very much like a white cream, so this is what I use, and it does have a very nice clay smell to it. I don't know if you like the smell of clay or not. I think it's kind of a very fresh. It can be a little bit heavy sometimes, but again, this has a lot of oils in it. So it has sunflower seed oil, it does have alcohol in it, it has argan oil, it has jojoba seed oil, macadamia oil, soybean, all kinds of things, and a lot of, certainly not chemical free, but nothing really is chemical free because everything is a chemical. Then I go in with my must-have, which is sunscreen. I always use a special face sunscreen with a higher SPF. This one is the Trader Joe's one. It is SPF 40. It is just a very invisible silicone sunscreen. So I am actually not really using a face primer right now. I am just using these two things on my face. Okay, so I just went off camera for a few minutes to do my brows and my eye primer, and also just to take a minute to breathe. So I am just so nervous this morning, and I think it's either all the coffee or just the cold. Sometimes you just need to take a few minutes to breathe. So I always do brows just to give some structure to my face, and I do use an eye primer because it just helps the longevity of my eyeshadow. It really just does for me. And so I'm going to go in again with my tried and true Laura Mercier Caviar Eye Stick in Vanilla Kiss. This is matte. This is the old formula, not the new one. Just a couple of swipes. So you don't want it to create flaking around the eyes. stick to dry spots, which if you're not careful, this will stick to dry spots. I like it because it adds a nice base for when I'm doing a lighter color. And I find that using the About Face eye primer is a really good match for these Laura Mercier eye sticks. I think because that eye primer is made to use with their eye paints, which do dry down and have a matte finish. So I think that's why the Laura Mercier works so well with the About Face. I'm going to go into one of my favorite palettes from 2023. This is the Chanel Parure Cristal from the Byzance Quatron collection, or the Quatron Byzance collection. Sorry if I have that backwards, but this is the beautiful one that is a little bit more cool toned. And it has that beautiful duochrome blue in here. I think I have seen pictures of their spring release that they have not officially shown yet, but I've seen some pictures and it looks like there is a beautiful blue quad in that, and so I'm kind of excited. But just starting out with a little crease brush and going into the deep matte brown. Just real lightly in the outer V, bringing it down, not necessarily windshield wiper, just bringing it down and across. Just a little definition for the eyes, because I don't really want to cake on the makeup, because once I go outside, if it is very cold or if there's any kind of precipitation, yes, the eye primer will help it to have longevity, but in reality, my eyes are going to water and I'm probably going to be rubbing at my face because it feels dry, or because I just need to put on a scarf or something. So the longevity is going to be mitigated somewhat. So again, I'm not trying to do anything too intense, just give a little bit of definition to the corners of the eyes. And then I am just going to take my ring finger and then I'm going to go into the duochrome blue shade and wipe that all over the lid. Just pat it. Just tapping, not really wiping, honestly, because you don't want to disturb what's underneath and make it look any drier or flakier. Next, I'm going to take a smaller crease brush and I'm going to go into the lightest shade here, and I'm just going to blend in the crease here, just real lightly, just to give a little bit of transition. And if you want, you can put a little bit on the inner corner. So the next step I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and line my eyes. I'm going to use the Makeup Forever Artist Color pencil in Total Midnight. I've actually been using this quite a bit since my video talking about it, and I really am enjoying it more, I think, because I have sort of been on a learning curve with this pencil. It is on the drier side, and it's not the most precise pencil, but it is really beautiful with blue shadow because it is that midnight blue, navy blue. And I'm just going to kind of do a not super precise line, but do a line just to define my eyes a little more in absence of doing a lot of shadow. As you can see, that is not the best liner job I have ever done in my life, or that anyone ever could do in their life, but there's a reason. I'm going to take this brush and just smudge that liner out. And this just gives a little bit more color with that beautiful duochrome blue. And because I know my eyes are probably going to water and doing a super precise line isn't really going to work for this type of weather, I just allow it to meld into each other while still creating some shape, because I do want that definition, and it does create a beautiful blue mixed with the duochrome on the eyes. So before I do anything else with my eyes, I'm going to move on to my base makeup. So I am going to go into my tried and true Water Fresh Tint. This is the lightest tint foundation, whatever you want to call it, base product that I own. And I'm going to be mixing it. I still have some left of the medium from the travel size. I'm going to use a pump of this and a pump of this. Just mix that on the back of my hand. And this foundation, tint, whatever, it's 75% water, so it's really going to just moisturize your face and just give you a little hint of some coverage, not much coverage at all, but it is going to give you a little bit of coverage without sticking to dry patches. And once you go outside, you know, things, if your face is going to start to dry out, you don't really have to worry about a sort of like a really thick canvas trying to be preserved. It's okay if you just wipe away or do something to your face during the day. It's really not going to create huge differentials in how your face is looking. So that's why I like this one, because it feels really hydrating when you put it on in the morning, but it's very, very low maintenance. You do get a little bit of coverage over top of those. I get very red right here and right here because this can get very dry and flaky if I use a regular thick type of foundation. It doesn't really do that with this Water Fresh tint. But again, you can see I do have redness around my mouth and areas that aren't going to be super covered up. But I'm going to be in conditions where, again, that doesn't really make a difference, because if you're going outside in deep cold, you're going to have a hat on, you're going to have a scarf over your face, whatever type of covering. It's going to dry down really beautifully before you put on any face coverings, and it might come off a little bit, but it's not going to come off in like swaths of thick foundation like something else would. So one thing that I've really been enjoying lately is I haven't been using a concealer because the ones that I have right now are very, very thick and just emphasize all of the dryness under my eyes. So I have been using the Rose Ink Serum skin tint. So this is very similar to the Chanel one. It is just a little bit more coverage. So I just use one pump on the back of my hand, and this is the number 20 shade, so it's the second lightest. I just use this little brush that comes with the Water Fresh tint, put it under my eyes. And I think it just adds a little bit of brightness without emphasizing the dryness on my face. So it is nice to use your items in different ways. So now that that's done, you can either leave it like this if you need to get out the door. I think this is fine. But if you want to add a little bit of color, you can go into your powder product. I have various cream products that I could use, but they just don't feel, they just are not what I want to use right now. So I will go in with lighter touches of bronzer, blush, and just a little bit of powder, not much. Mostly just because I'm trying to use these products up, or at least use most of them up by the end of the year. Not really wanting to get into any new products. Just really, really light. Because I will notice that when I do powder at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how much moisturization I put, at the end of the day, when I'm sitting in my office and it's dry and the HVAC is running and, you know, you're scratching your face all day, which I know, don't touch your face, but like, I can't help it. It's just something I do. You know, when you're itching and scratching because you're so dry, you are going to get, you know, dry patches. And with the powder products, it will be a bit more noticeable. If you walk to work like me and you bundle up, chances are most of this is going to be gone after you take it off. And so by the time you get to work, before you've even had your first sip of coffee at work, your makeup's just gonna be not recognizable, which is fine. I do my makeup because it's a very comforting ritual, not necessarily because I feel that I need to cover anything up. It just helps me feel put together at the beginning of the day. And then just to add a little bit more color, I'm going to go into my spring blush from Chanel. This is the Fantaisie de Chanel. I really, really love this. It is a bright pink blush, but it's super subtle and it gives a really nice finish. I think with the cool tone blue makeup that it really just works really well to just give you a little flush. And let's be real, you go outside and it's freezing, you're going to get that flush anyway, but this just helps it to sort of look a little bit more glowy. That cute little like pink cheek look without being like boom pink, which is fine. People love that bubblegum pink look, and that is totally fine. I just like it a little bit more subtle on me. And just because I'm trying to use it up, this is my Hourglass finishing powder. Now you really, really don't need this with the Water Fresh tint. The Water Fresh tint dries down really, really nicely. But I'm almost finished with that corner. And so I just want to go in and use some of it. I don't really need it. And again, if you cake it on, it can be a bit drying, but it does tone down the bronze and the blush if you have gone a little bit overboard with it. And again, it gives a really nice finish to the skin, but it really isn't required in this situation. It just, again, helps me feel like a little bit more finished because it is a finishing powder. And then I'm going to use a tried and true mascara. This is the Noir Allure mascara from Chanel. And I'm going to focus on the top lashes and not so much the bottom lashes. Just doing a light layer of mascara, just trying to make my lashes look a little bit feathery, defined, but not super spiky or anything, because I don't really need to be dealing with, you know, dark makeup today. And I've already lined my eyes on the top, so I've pretty much got that definition. So just very low maintenance mascara. And again, this does dry down pretty well, but again, once I go outside, my eyes are going to start watering, and I don't want to sit there and worry about getting little lines and things. I just did a boop and a boop on the bottom, just for a little bit of definition on my lower lashes, but I'm not actually doing much under here because this is the part that gets very, very dry during the day, and I don't want to deal with a lot of lining and makeup under there. Then to top it all off, we're just going to do a real simple lip. So I have the Kiss Kiss Be Glow from the Guerlain. This has been one of my staples since I bought it. You can see it's almost gone. This is a $40 lip balm and it's almost gone in less than a year. So yeah, I love it, but I don't know how I feel about that. I feel like I want to get another one, but so I'm just going to do a real quick swipe. Just focusing on the middle of the lips. And this is one of those sort of pH balms, so it does lean towards a certain color, but it could look different on you than it does on me. I am going to put on the Rose Naïf gloss, Rouge Coco gloss from Chanel. This is one of my favorite glosses ever. It is plumping without, it doesn't sting, it doesn't have any plumping in it. It just, the formula itself is just really glossy and plumping. And it's got a nice pink tinge to it, so it goes very well with this rosewood Guerlain color. And I think on me, it just makes for a nice glossy pink lip without being pink again. Just not, I don't want pink bubblegum pink. It's just a nice, on me, natural neutral pink. And this combination has been amazing. I love it so much, and it's so easy. You don't have to worry about smearing or it wiping away. You just reapply if you need to and go on with your day. But I think the combination is beautiful. The Guerlain balm keeps your lips really hydrated during the day, and the gloss just keeps them shiny and plump. So this is the finished look for today. I am going to top it off with a little bit of the Dries Van Noten Soie Malaki. This is a beautiful chestnut fragrant, perfect for winter and the holidays. I recently pulled this back out after not using it for a while, and I have to say I'm a bit obsessed with it. It makes me super sad because this is like a $300 plus perfume, but it is just so yummy. So I will be going out today. I'll be going for a nice walk. It is Saturday and I need to get out and do something even though it's cold. And this is the look that I've been doing all week for work. It is the look or a version of it that I will probably be doing for most of the winter, just because I like to stay under the covers a little bit longer to stay under that electric blanket, and then I need to rush out the door. But yeah, just having a very chill Saturday. So I've got my comfy cozy cardigan on. I have my Wampa sipping hot chocolate on. Socks over my jeans. Very, very 80s. I hope you enjoyed seeing my cold weather makeup routine. I will be doing a daily short with my advent calendars for at least until Christmas. Right now I am doing a Tea Republic 12 Days of Sipping advent calendar and the Trader Joe's 12 Days of Candles. So I'll be doing that for the first half of the advent calendar season, and then after that I will be starting the Trader Joe's 12 Days of Beauty calendar. If I happen to get another 12-day calendar, I might do that in conjunction with the Trader Joe's, but it's kind of late to get an advent calendar now. So, and I really enjoy the 12-day ones. They're just very low maintenance. So, and I find the ones that I have very useful. So tea and candles and Trader Joe's beauty products. What's not to love? So thank you so much for watching, guys. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Any of those would be welcome, and all of them would be deeply, deeply appreciated. Thank you so much for helping me to get to over 350 subscribers. It was a really wonderful milestone to hit. And I apologize if you've left any comments on my videos and YouTube has deleted them. I don't know why that happens. I have seen people comment on my videos, and I'm at work, so I don't have time to comment back, and then I'll go back and the comment is missing. I don't know if YouTube is doing that, or if you just got shy and you deleted it on your own. I mean, that's totally fine too, but know that if you have commented and I haven't replied, I've tried to, either I haven't seen it because YouTube has deleted it, or I didn't have time to respond to it and YouTube deleted it. I thank you so much for giving me feedback, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.